If you've ever been in a situation where things were finally calm, and instead of feeling relieved, you felt uncomfortable, restless, or disconnected, this video is for you. This channel isn't about fixing you, it's about understanding you. And today we're talking about why calm can feel boring, empty, or even wrong when chaos has been familiar for most of your life. At some point, many people notice something confusing about themselves. They leave a relationship that was intense, stressful, or emotionally draining, and everyone tells them they're better off. And logically, they agree. But emotionally, something feels off. The quiet feels heavy. The peace feels flat. The absence of drama feels strangely uncomfortable, and they start wondering, why don't I feel happier? Why do I miss something that hurt me? Why does calm feel like something is missing? This reaction doesn't mean you're broken. It means your nervous system learned a very specific definition of normal, and calm doesn't fit it yet. For people who grew up around unpredictability, emotional, relational, or environmental, chaos wasn't an occasional event. It was the baseline. Your body learned early how to stay alert, or how to scan for changes, how to read moods, how to anticipate what might happen next. You didn't do this consciously. Your nervous system adapted because it had to. When life feels unpredictable, the body doesn't relax. It prepares, and preparation becomes familiar. So when things finally slow down, when no one is upset, no one is withdrawing, no one is creating emotional tension, your body doesn't interpret that as safety. It interprets it as uncertainty, because calm doesn't match the internal map you learned. Here's the part most people don't realize. Your nervous system doesn't measure good or bad. It measures known versus unknown. And chaos for you is known. Think about what chaos actually feels like in the body. There's a constant hum of alertness, a subtle tension, a sense that something needs attention. It's exhausting, but it's engaging. It gives your mind something to focus on. Calm removes that focus. And when the focus disappears, what's left is silence. And silence can feel unbearable when you've never had space to sit with yourself safely. This is why calm often feels boring. Not because it lacks depth, but because your nervous system has been trained to associate stimulation with connection, intensity with meaning, and emotional movement with safety. Chaos creates adrenaline. Adrenaline creates focus. Focus creates a sense of purpose. So when chaos disappears, the body doesn't immediately feel relieved. It feels lost. This shows up in relationships all the time. You might enter a healthy relationship with someone who is consistent, communicative, and emotionally present. On paper, they're everything you wanted, but internally something feels missing. There's no urgency, no guessing, no emotional spikes. And without those spikes, your body doesn't recognize the connection is real. You might tell yourself, they're nice, but I'm not excited. There's no chemistry. It feels flat. But what you're actually noticing is the absence of stress, and your nervous system doesn't know what to do without it. This is why people sometimes self-sabotage calm situations. They pick fights, they overthink small things, and they pull away. They create problems where none existed, not because they want chaos, but because chaos feels familiar, and familiarity feels safe. Calm requires a different skill set. It requires presence. And presence can feel threatening if your body learned that staying alert was necessary for survival. For many people, calm was never modeled. There was always something happening, an argument, a shift in mood, a sudden change. So your nervous system learned to stay one step ahead. That became your identity. The observant one, the adaptable one, the emotionally aware one. Calm removes that role, and without that role, you may feel useless, disconnected, or invisible. Who am I if I'm not managing something? This is also why calm can bring up anxiety instead of relief. Because when the external noise stops, internal sensations become louder. Thoughts surface, emotions rise, unprocessed experiences come forward. Chaos kept those things buried. Calm gives them space, so your body tries to escape calm, not because calm is bad, but because it feels unfamiliar and unprotected. There's also a deeper emotional layer here. Chaos often comes with emotional intensity, high highs, low lows. Those swings feel meaningful. They create a story, Calm doesn't create a story, it just exists. And if your identity has been shaped around emotional depth through struggle, calm can feel shallow by comparison. But calm isn't shallow, it's just quiet. One of the hardest realizations people face is this: what they thought was passion was often nervous system activation. What they thought was chemistry was often anxiety. What they thought was depth was often survival. That doesn't mean those experiences weren't real. They were, but they weren't the only way to connect. The problem is that your body learned one language, and calm speaks a different one. When people first step into calm, they often describe feeling numb, disconnected, unmotivated. This isn't because calm is wrong. It's because your nervous system is detoxing from intensity. Think of it like this. If your body has been running on adrenaline for years, stillness doesn't feel good right away. It feels empty. It feels slow. It feels uncomfortable. But over time, something shifts. The body learns that nothing bad happens when things are quiet. That connection doesn't disappear without effort. That love doesn't need constant stimulation to exist. And gradually, calm starts to feel safe instead of boring. This process doesn't happen overnight, and it can't be rushed, because you're not changing a belief. You're changing a nervous system pattern. That's why telling yourself this is healthy doesn't immediately help. Your body doesn't respond to logic. It responds to repetition. Every time you stay in calm without creating chaos, every time you tolerate the discomfort without running, every time you allow stillness to exist, you teach your nervous system something new. Calm doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means nothing is wrong. And that distinction takes time to land. There's also grief in this transition. Grief for the identity built around intensity. Grief for the version of you that survived through chaos. Grief for the belief that struggle was proof of meaning. Letting go of chaos can feel like letting go of a part of yourself. Because it was a part of yourself, it just doesn't need to run your life anymore. You're not bored because calm is empty. You're bored because your nervous system is adjusting. And adjustment feels strange before it feels safe. Eventually, calm becomes something different. It becomes grounding, restorative, and spacious. You start noticing subtler emotions, gentler joy, deeper presence. And the things that once felt exciting start to feel draining because your body no longer needs them to feel alive. This doesn't mean you become passive or dull. It means you become regulated. And regulated doesn't mean numb. It means steady. If calm feels boring to you right now, that's information, not a flaw. It tells you what your body learned and what it's now unlearning. You don't need to force yourself to like calm. You just need to stop running from it. Over time, calm stops feeling like absence. It starts feeling like home. If this video felt familiar, if it explains something you've noticed about yourself but never fully understood, consider subscribing to Psychology Tapped. This channel is for people who want to understand their patterns without judgment. In the next video, we'll talk about something closely connected to this: why healing can feel worse before it feels better. Because once you understand that, the discomfort starts to make sense. Stay curious, stay patient, stay tapped.